Python or Java? Which programming language to choose and why? If you see this from the point of view of programming, both Python and Java are very popular programming languages and they have continued since very long years. But if you want to master one of them, which one would you choose? If you want a quick answer to this question, then the answer is you need to know the basics of both, because in your career you would come across many types of languages where you need to know the basic of multiple languages. But if you want to deep dive and start your programming with one language, I would say Python is the best one to go for. Why did I choose Python? Let me explain you this in detail. Why was Java created? So it was a time in 1990s where mobile phones were not so popular and programming was mainly done on computers and for computer applications. So if you want to program, for example, a TV, it was not possible because language was not developed for such a programming. So Java came into place because Java was mainly developed to program smart TV, which the technology has come now. And it was way long for smart TVs to come. So instead of programming smart TVs, it was used to program computer application. And also the feature of Java is that it can run on devices which have low resources, like an embedded system or a small computer. So why was Python developed? It was a time in 1991 when Python was released. The idea behind developing such a language was to make programming so easy that even a beginner can learn programming easily. If you have ever seen a Python code, the code is very much readable. That means if you see the code, you come to know what the code is trying to do in the program. Also, the language is very easy to learn, it is very powerful, and also it has high readability as I mentioned. Now we'll compare Python and Java, both of these programming languages, on various factors. If you see on the basis of popularity, Python wins here because Python is far more popular than Java or any other programming languages. If you see the syntax to writing a simple print statement, in Python you can do just in one line by writing print and then your print statement. But in Java, you need to develop the main class and multiple lines of code needs to be written to write simple print statement. So in terms of syntax, Python wins here. The next is ease of learning. If you are a beginner in programming or coding, then the syntax of Java, C, C++, all these languages is a bit difficult for you and might seem confusing to understand. But if you start with Python, the syntax is more crisp and clear. And here you do not need to know the basics of a language to get started. The next thing is community. If you get stuck somewhere in your code, then you need to take the help of this community to find the answers of this. So the community of both these languages is very large and you can rely on them. The next thing is performance. In terms of performance, Python is a bit slower and Java beats here. The next thing to look for is errors. While typing the code, we make some mistakes. And these mistakes can be easily rectified in Python because the code is very short and very clear. So again, Python wins for this. If you compare overall, Python is winning most of the things if you want to get started. And also Python has a lot of libraries for machine learning, AI, data science, the fields which are on hype today. If you see all the tech giant companies, they are all running behind AI, machine learning and data science. So if you want to go for any of this field, only Python language will come to use because it has lots of evolved libraries that are mainly used for these purposes. For example, Pandas, TensorFlow, Scikit-learn and many more. When it comes to Java, I do not know that machine learning could be done well on Java or not, but I have used Java to particularly develop Android apps and the backend systems. If you see Facebook, Uber, Reddit and Instagram, they all use Python for their backend system. On the other hand, companies like Oracle, Twitter and Spotify use Java for their backend. So nothing is good or nothing is bad. It just depends on your use case, that where you want to use these languages and what are you looking for. I hope this brings you to some clarity. Thank you so much for watching this and see you in the next one.